In the sun-scorched deserts of the ancient Middle East, there exists a tale that has echoed through the millennia, weaving its way into the fabric of history and myth. It is the story of the Queen of Sheba, a woman of unparalleled wisdom and beauty, who journeyed from her distant land to meet the renowned King Solomon of Israel. Her visit, shrouded in mystery, was one of both admiration and testing, a testament to the complex relationships between rulers, empires, and the divine. The Queen's kingdom lay beyond the Red Sea, in a land known today as Ethiopia or Yemen, depending on which version of the legend one follows. Sheba, a name that evokes images of opulent palaces and untold riches, was not merely a ruler of wealth, but one who governed with intellect and foresight. The legends tell us that Sheba had heard of King Solomon's wisdom, which spread across the known world like fire on a dry plain. His fame was such that no ruler, no matter how powerful, could ignore the lure of his intellect and the mysteries of his court. And so, the Queen of Sheba, adorned in the finest silks, with a caravan laden with gifts beyond imagination, set forth on a journey that would span great distances, crossing harsh deserts and treacherous mountain passes. She sought more than just to meet the king. She sought answers. She tested Solomon, probing his knowledge with riddles, presenting him with challenges designed to measure the depth of his wisdom. In return, Solomon's answers were as deep as the rivers that flowed through the lands he ruled, his intellect matched only by the grace with which he ruled. When the queen arrived at Solomon's court, the city of Jerusalem was a shining jewel, its temples gleaming in the sun, its streets filled with merchants, scholars, and the humble alike. The palace itself was an architectural marvel, with its intricate carvings and golden treasures. But it was not the material wealth that fascinated the queen. It was the wisdom that emanated from the king's words. King Solomon, known for his profound knowledge of the natural world, his understanding of the stars, and his divine insight, welcomed the queen with open arms. The dialogue between them, recorded in some of the ancient texts, was one of mutual respect. The queen, it is said, presented Solomon with a series of riddles, puzzles that tested his mind, his intuition, and his grasp of the world's mysteries. Solomon, in turn, answered with such clarity and insight that even the queen, whose intelligence was celebrated in her own land, found herself in awe. And yet, the queen's visit was not merely about intellect. It was about the deeper connection between two great leaders, the recognition of wisdom in its many forms, and the acknowledgement of something more, something spiritual. It is said that, before leaving Jerusalem, the Queen of Sheba was so impressed by Solomon's wisdom and the strength of his kingdom that she offered him gifts of unimaginable value: gold, precious stones, and spices. But the most precious gift was her respect, a respect that transcended the material and entered the realm of the divine. In return, Solomon gave the queen more than mere wealth. He shared his wisdom and perhaps the deepest treasure of all, the knowledge of the divine. Their interactions, which are recounted in both biblical and Quranic texts, are often seen as a meeting of minds, a union of East and West, of the known and the unknown. Some say that their connection led to the birth of a child, a symbol of the mingling of cultures and the eternal bond between wisdom and power. Today, the legend of the Queen of Sheba remains as potent as ever. Scholars debate the historical accuracy of her visit, but the story endures because it represents more than just the meeting of two monarchs. It embodies the pursuit of wisdom, the power of knowledge, and the timeless quest for understanding the mysteries of the world. Whether the Queen of Sheba truly crossed the desert to meet Solomon, or whether her tale is an allegory of ancient ideals, her legacy as a wise and powerful ruler continues to inspire. In the wind-swept deserts where the queen once traveled, her story still lingers in the air, like the whisper of a distant echo. And as the stars shine down upon the land that witnessed her journey, the legend of Sheba and Solomon remains one of the most enduring in the history of the ancient world.